Hello gang, welcome back to the next part. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the last one, and this one hopefully might be better, but probably not, so thank you. So we left Ashland about 45 minutes ago, got a lift out. Ashland's a really nice little town. We zeroed there, so spent 2 nights. Yesterday we did all our resupply and shopping. My food bag is far too big for this section, so it's really heavy. And then we just looked around Ashland. Ashland's a cool little place. Lots of stuff going on. Really good food. Ate too much. Just quirky little town. So I'd go back there. It's really cool. But we're on now onwards to Crater Lake. So got enough food for that. Got about 12,000 calories in the bag, which sounds like a lot, but actually when that's spread out across the 4 days that we've planned here, it's only about 3,000 calories a day. But I just can't carry anymore. This bag's heavy now. My food bag probably weighs about the same as the rest of my kit put together. So put it into perspective. I'm trying to get calorie dense, but calorie dense means heavy, so it is what it is. But anyway, so far Oregon is green and lush, and looking forward to seeing all these lakes. So enjoy the video, thank you for watching, and any comments or anything like that, drop me a message or anything and just ask any questions. Always happy to talk about myself. And one last thing, when we were in Ashland, I got a haircut and neatened up the beard, so it looks neater. Still got a little bit of length on the chin, but it's a lot less bushy, and the moustache means, well, a trimmed moustache means I'm not getting food stuck in there, which is great. Anyway, enough of my crap. Enjoy the video. So this is something that I find particularly cool. We're just coming up to Pilot Rock, which is a big, fancy, cool looking rock. And they've got peregrine falcons nesting here. Now, they're not as endangered here as they are in the UK. It's actually a different species, but pretty cool. Really hope we see some. We can still see Mount Shasta in the distance, but it's quite cool around here. We did see one of the peregrine falcons a few minutes ago, but can't see him anymore. And anyway, it'd be too far away to see him properly, but it's nice here. Good morning. It's about 7 AM. We've just started hiking. We camped last night off trail by a reservoir. We're in a stretch where a lot of the water sources seem dry, so you do have to plan things a little bit. Shorter day yesterday, partly because we left town late. So we were stealth camping by this reservoir. Not meant to be camping there, I'm pretty sure. I think it's probably private land. But didn't seem to be any issue with it. There was another set of hikers also camping by the reservoir. Really cool to see the reservoir actually. There was a lot of fish jumping. We had a nice little snake come and chill at our camp spot for a bit. But the thing that was really cool is the birds of prey. So there were probably a total of like 6, maybe 7 large birds of prey. I think they were the peregrine falcons that were nesting up at the rocks yesterday, but in all honesty, they could have been anything. But they were having a good swoop over the water. They came down to take a look at us, which was really cool. So that was really nice to see. Now we're hiking again, hoping to make up the miles we didn't make yesterday. So take it from there. Not much filming this afternoon, mostly just walking, obviously. A lot of greenery, kind of very overgrown, minimal views. It's been lovely and pleasant. The trail's pretty steady, no big ups, no big downs. It's a nice day, but no views. We are heading to one of the small huts that very occasionally litter the trail, mainly because there's water there. It's a bit dry around here, so we're heading there, making it a 28-mile day, which is nice. Yeah, it's all right. And here we are at the South Brown Mountain Shelter, home for the night. We found a really big mushroom. These forests in the morning have this beautiful stillness and calmness to them, but they do have a slight spooky feel. Just so silent here. Kind of cool. We have come across this new terrain, these rock fields, which are really crappy underfoot. And yeah, they do make things a bit harder, don't they? Mm-hmm. We are now 2/3 of the way through the PCT. Half bit done, just cruisy miles left. More rocky lava field with what I think is a volcanic cinder cone behind it, which is pretty cool, but still not hugely enjoying walking on this stuff. Yo, it is around about 6:30 in the morning. Not much filming yesterday afternoon. We are in our campsite, which is possibly one of the worst we've had so far on the trail. No views, just deep in the woods. A lot of mosquitoes last night. We had to eat supper inside the tent, but the exciting thing about this campsite is at dawn and dusk there are a couple of bears in the nearby area that just bark and shout at each other for hours. And sometimes they've sounded quite close, so there's always that. But it looks like we're doing, well, so yesterday was 26.2 miles, so that was a marathon. Same again today, which should bring us into Crater Lake National Park tomorrow morning. So we get some nice views, finally. And hopefully we should be able to grab some more food there. I know it's not going to be the best resupplies, it is a national park, but we need some more food at that point, so it'll be what it is. Anyway, more trudging through the woods today. Bye. Another little burn zone. Such a shame. There we go. 1,800 miles done out of 2,650. It's not bad. More work needed, but not bad.
Except for they were toads, so maybe they're toads.
Little frogs. Just up there.
Look at this one. Oh no.
We can bask on a rock. They're so hoppy. More frogs and some really big tadpoles in there. There's loads of tadpoles and they are huge. Just starting to get little leggy bits on them now. We are just after mile 1,800, which is pretty cool. We've just gone past the last bit of water, which was full of tadpoles. This is our last water for 20 miles. Our next bit of water is actually Crater Lake itself. So it's a pretty dry stretch, which is sucky. We did the maths, and including camping tonight, we would have needed about 4 litres in total, 3 to 4 litres each, which would have really sucked. So instead what we're doing is we're going 9.5, 10 miles from that water source, detouring off trail to collect some water there, and that should do us nicely. It does mean that we won't be getting to Crater Lake tonight, we're doing it tomorrow, but at the end of the day we're making the miles, and we're not going to knacker ourselves by dehydrating fully. Other than that, it's quite warm today. It's nice though. More wildlife on the trail. We have a little stripy snake. It's just sunning itself. It's a hard life, isn't it?
Oh, little dog. Smelling.
Here we are at Crater Lake, one of the most beautiful and iconic parts of the PCT, and it's raining. This grey drizzle sucks. I can see what all the fuss is about. Crater Lake has some phenomenal views. So we didn't go around Crater Lake yesterday, the weather just got really unpleasant, really wet. There was no view. There's no point walking all this way to look at what's meant to be an incredible view and not see anything. So we camped at the campsite, and now we are waiting to get a lift up there with all the homeless population, and everyone's trying out their stuff, but hopefully we should get the view now. So, Nikki, worth waiting in the rain last night?
Yes, definitely, because yesterday we couldn't see anything, and today we have beautiful views.
Crater Lake is phenomenal. So it's 2,000 foot deep, 8,000 years old, and 5 trillion litres of water.
Gallons.
Gallons, I'm sorry, I'm not stuck in American terms. And that is Wizard Island, which is also a volcano. It's a volcano inside a volcano. You know what I love finding? Water caches. Thank you, whoever put this here. Just hiking at dusk. It's about 8 PM, got about 3 miles left to camp, so should be there by 9. But we have just crossed the marker which indicates 800 miles left. So it's counting down, which is really sad. I've really been enjoying this. Don't really want it to end, but I've still got 800 miles to enjoy, so it's always that. Hiking into the dusk does give you some awesome views. We were told Oregon's flat. Filthy lie. This is Mount Thielsen, which is kind of cool. The stratifications in the rock are really nice. So after a pretty chill stroll up the hill, we are now at the highest point of Oregon. And it was so not a hill. The views though are so worth the non-existent climb. It is around 8 AM. We've been walking for a smidge and we have 26 miles to get to Shelter Cove, but just kind of the brow of this hill and just had this view. It's pretty special. We have come 9 miles this morning and then we got sidetracked because it is really beautiful here and the water is super clear, lovely and warm, and it's just beautiful. And we really should be hiking. Oh yeah, 1,900 miles. Hey, so we are about a mile and a bit from Shelter Cove. It's been a 26 and a bit mile day, including a little stop for a swim, so we've had to pick up the pace a little bit to get to Shelter Cove for supper. Mosquitoes really suck. So I'm wearing my fetching bug net, but we've run out of DEET, so I'm getting eaten alive as we walk here, so hopefully Shelter Cove will sell more. Planning to eat some food there, resupply, stay the night, get stuff charged, and then on, I think our next planned resupply after that will be Sisters. So we're making time, we're making miles, it's all good. Just hate these bloody bugs. Horrible. Hey there, so we got into Shelter Cove around about 5:30 yesterday, so we paced it pretty well. The burgers there are phenomenal, like some of the best burgers I've had on trail, and that's saying a lot because I've eaten a lot of burgers. Resupply, good options, bit pricey, but I got almost everything I wanted. Lunches are not quite what I want, but there you go. Good camping, really good hiker box, about 15 to 20 other hikers there, good atmosphere. Set off hiking around about 9 this morning, a little later than we intended, but they served breakfast. And now we are just trying to decide where we want to have our first break. Do we go with beautiful little lake in the woods that way, or do we go with beautiful lake in the woods over that way? It's a hard life. The sunrise over the lake this morning is absolutely magical. The lake is glass and it reflects so beautifully. Here's a beautiful meadow. Oregon is pretty flat, but pretty beautiful. Some good lakes, some good meadows. And this beautiful lake is called Island Lake. Morning! So we have just met a couple of day hikers coming the other way, a group of about 5 or 6 really nice people who gave us nectarines. Now fresh fruit is amazing. We are surviving mostly on ramen and really cheap, dry, crappy food, so a juicy nectarine. This is beautiful. Mm. We are in the Three Sisters Wilderness and this is the South Sister. This landscape after days of forests and lakes is beautifully bleak and desolate. It's absolutely stunning here. I didn't expect anything like this. sister number 2, the middle sister. This one is sister number 3, the north sister. And that's how we get overtaken. So Bambi, what do you got there?
I have a giant heavy lump of obsidian, I think. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Shiny. Obsidian Falls is so cool. All the rocks here are quite literally obsidian, and you can see the ground is just littered with these shiny fragments. That's cool. And now we are on a lava field, which is really unpleasant to walk up. More lava field trash. Ugh. Mount Washington looks quite pretty this morning. If it wasn't for the massive, horrible, hot, ankle-destroying lava field that you spent hours hiking through to get here. Bambi, what are your thoughts?
I don't have any.
My recommendation for anyone wanting to do a section hike or through hike is stay the hell away from Mount Washington area. It's an absolute shithole full of lava and burn. There is nothing enjoyable here. I cannot believe we have now walked 2,000 miles on the PCT. I mean, it's been a really hot, horrible day. After this, we're hitching into Bend to zero and rest and eat. We're knackered, but we've walked 2,000 miles. How does that feel?
Kind of crazy.